What's happening YouTube? It's Mike French here, and today we have a video that a lot of people have asked about. This is going to be the KLX110 full mod build review video. So in this video today, I'm going to be reviewing all the parts I installed in the KLX110 build, how they held up, what I thought about them and whatnot. So we are currently in the Baja HQ race shop. This is where I work full time, and we have the KLX110 sitting right behind me in front of our Class 7200 truck. And before we jump into the review and whatnot, I want to let you guys know that I completely blew out the back rim. It is absolutely destroyed. So when you guys see that, don't freak out too much, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But first, let's go to some cinematic shots of the KLX110 in its current condition it's in. Here we go, guys. All right, guys, here she is, the KLX110 build, sitting nice and pretty. And first off, I want to say that I am super pumped on this bike and the build. And you know, I started out as a $1,000 bike I bought off of Craigslist, and I put about $2,800 into the bike. So shoot, we were at about $3,800. But guess what? It was well worth it. This bike is way better than a Chinese bike. I've had plenty of Chinese bikes over the years, very expensive ones as well, and they've never felt exactly like this bike does. This feels like a real mini moto, and it's definitely holding up like one. So to start off, let's start with the back, because I know a lot of people are going to ask about this wheel. We can see the wheel right here is completely destroyed and blown out, and that's because I was filming a part when I first built this bike at a local pit bike track, and pretty much I was jumping up this curb out of the parking lot area, and when I was jumping up the curb, I was barely tagging it, and I had done it about 4 or 5 times. My bike started riding weird, and I was like, what the heck? I looked down and was horrified to see that this is what happened. I had 12 PSI in the tire. I am 190 pounds, so maybe I should have had 15 PSI in the tire. All the spokes were tight and whatnot, and not one spoke has broken. These BBR heavy duty spokes, not one is broken, not one is bent, and I actually was able to true up the wheel a bit to keep riding it, so that's a testament to how strong those spokes are. But this Pro wheel rim, I'm not sure if it's the strongest rim ever, because I've never quite had a rim do this. So I wonder if it was a DID, would it have done the same? I don't know. But anyways, that's what happened. I do have a new setup at my house I'm gonna do a video on, which is a KX65 hub, a Diamond Minis disc brake conversion kit, and then it'll use the KX65 disc brake and sprocket, and then we'll be doing the KX65 spokes with a DID rim. So I have all those parts at my house. We're gonna be doing a video on that. So this will be a disc brake conversion on the back, and it should be stronger. So done talking about that. The back tire, this Maxxis, has really held up great. I've absolutely loved it. It is a Maxxis, it's a 8100 is the size, and then what is the model on this thing? They call it a Maxxis Cross. So yeah, that thing's pretty cool. Worked out great, holding up great, 5 rides on it. And we got the chain's holding up extremely great, boom, looking good. The chain slider is something that is actually completely gone to crap. You know, I bought another one from T-Bolt USA when I bought the BBR swing arm, and the other chain slider I have feels a little bit more solid. It's a little bit more hard material, so hopefully that will hold up better, but this one held up about 10 hours or so, I would say. The BBR swing arm is absolutely amazing. I love it. Being 2 inches longer is great. You can just feel how strong it is when you ride the bike. You're not scared that the swing arm is gonna break. I love the chain adjuster block back here. That just makes it so easy. It's like a big dirt bike to adjust the chain. So that's all working great. Love the swing arm. I still wish they made their super comp swing arm that is 4 inches over, but I'm gonna try to find one. But for now, being a 2 inch over swing arm is just perfect. So that's that. The Two Brothers chain guide, I already had that on there. I drilled it and put it on, so that's, you know, working out. The Pro Circuit exhaust pipe is working out great. The sound of it is just absolutely amazing. I love it. we rejetted the carb to go with this exhaust pipe, and you could just feel how it opened up the whole motor and whatnot. And the finish of the exhaust pipe, the stickers, aluminum, everything is really holding up nicely, but I have never dropped this bike yet. I haven't crashed it or anything, so this is what it looks like if you did not crash the bike. You rode it for 10 hours, washed it a few times and whatnot. So yeah, exhaust pipe's working out great. It's not really too loud or anything, but I obviously don't have that modded of a motor. Looking at the shock back there, that's just like the cheap Fast Ace shock. It's 150 bucks. It's working out great. I bottomed it out hard plenty of times, and it's not leaking or anything. The adjustability is decent, but it's a $150 shock. So I'm gonna get a Fox Air Shock or Elka on there pretty soon, but for now that's working out well. Going up here, the front sprocket, back sprockets, those hold up extremely well. They're steel, working out great. These cheap generic pegs I got from eBay are holding up great. They're sharp, no issues with those. This cheap generic shifter lever, 21 bucks, that's holding up great as well. The anodizing on both of those are looking amazing, and it's been in the sun for hours. Something I really enjoyed and want to comment about is the JTI Products Corso plate. I've been super stoked on that. I did hit a huge rock when I was in a pit bike track. I didn't see the rock, and it hit that plate, and I was like, dude, if I did not have a skid plate, it would have just destroyed the bottom of the case. So yeah, that skid plate is really holding up well. It makes the bike feel more rigid and just more strong, and you got these YZ125 style foot pegs, so those are bigger. So JTI Products, tip my hat off to you guys, make some great stuff. I actually have some more stuff on order from JTI Products, so we'll be installing those parts in the future. So going over here, we just rejetted the carb. I went to a 185 main jet on there. It's a 143 big bore kit with the V2 head, and the 185 is good. It ran a little lean on a hot day, so I went to 190 for a bit. So that's working out great. I believe it's a 22.5 pilot jet, I believe, on there. So anyways, that's working out well. Going over here to the seat cover, a lot of people asked me about this when they saw pictures of it, and the seat cover is amazing. It's holding up great. Material is great. The color has not faded. It cleans very well. So overall, seat cover is amazing. It just gives you more grip, and yeah, that's working out well. Underneath that, we have our Cdi Box, the Rev Box, and the Rev Box is working out extremely well. The bike definitely revs out more than stock, and I could just say that it definitely adds up horsepower, or maybe horsepower or two, with the mods I have going to aftermarket Rev Box. So that's a big deal, going to the aftermarket Rev Box. But time will tell if it's gonna last. People say they go out after about 6 months to a year, so we'll see. It's been a few months. But anyways, Rev Box is working out. Going up here to the front, we got the white grips we put on, and they're still looking decently white. Like I said, I haven't dropped this bike or anything, so that's cool. These are Mica metal grips. I actually really like them. They feel great. We already had this hydraulic clutch on there from when I bought the bike, but it's still working out extremely well. We got the Mica metal bars. These are the pit bike low bars, and I've really enjoyed these. I'm 6'3", so riding a pit bike at my height, you need bars like this. A lot of guys that are shorter ride just more like moto bars, but these are working out well. The Mica metal pit bike low bars. I really like the feel, the bend, everything. The bar clamps, Piranha bar clamps, are working out really well. They've never stripped out or anything as I've adjusted the bars. The bars haven't slid forwards or backwards or broke, free. So that's working out really well. Cheaper bar clamps, sometimes the bars just keep slipping. You can't seem to get them to stay in place. So far, bar clamps working out well. Going to the forks, we'll talk about the triple clamps. Triple clamps are working out extremely well too. They haven't stripped or anything as I've adjusted stuff, and they've held the forks extremely well, so they're doing their job. The forks, Fast Ace fork kit. A lot of people ask me about this. These forks, I would say overall, I'm very happy with the buy and the amount of money you spent. It's $900 for the front end kit. The forks are a little soft for me. I'm 190 pounds. If I was 170, I think the spring rate would be perfect. A lot of people said I should go to a thicker oil weight too. I think that would help out a bit, but I'm gonna get the company Feel to rebuild these. They're gonna put new springs and revalve them, and they said they can get these forks feeling just as good as Marzocchi's. But I've had one of the seals leak a bit on me after about 3 or 4 rides. I'm not sure if that's just because the quality of the seal's not that great, or because it was installation error, because the other side is dry as it gets. So yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna get these forks serviced and rebuilt, and they'll be much better. Marzocchi's, I hear off the bat, they also need work. So either or. I'm gonna try to get some Marzocchi's for this thing in the future with like a real front end kit. But for now, we'll build these and do a review once I do that on how those feel when they're built. Anyways, so yeah, forks feel great for jumping, pit bike track, whatever, worth the money. Going down here, the brake, the disc brake and the disc brake setup, yeah, it's not the best, but it works great. You can throw stoppies on this bike all day. The pads haven't worn out that much or anything, so that's working out well. Up there, the lever and the master cylinder is working out well. No leakage or anything like that. The line, braided steel line, holding up good. You see this massive front tire. I didn't do a video on this originally. I put it on after the fact, but this is a 3.6 wide. It's almost 4 inches wide, and this is the biggest improvement I've ever done on this bike. A couple of pro mini motor racers recommended me to run this tire, and it is absolutely amazing. So this is made by IRC. It's their Motocross GS 45Z1 tire, and I would say anyone with inverted forks, because you need inverted forks to fit this wide of a tire, but if you have inverted forks, go get this tire right now. It'll make your bike feel like a 250. It makes your bike so stable, having a tire almost twice as wide as the OEM. So that is one of the biggest upgrades I've done. The front wheel, spokes, everything are holding up great. Then the spokes have really even come loose. I just tightened them up a little bit after a few rides. The anodizing on the front wheel is holding up great. The hub looks fine. The bearings feel great. So the whole front end kit, that Fast Ace Piranha fork end, or the Fast Ace Piranha front end kit, I definitely think is worth the $900 if you guys are debating on that. So that's that. Plastics have held up great on the bike so far. One thing I want to talk about that people have commented is this Pancake style air filter I got. It came on the bike. It definitely gets dirty way quicker than it should. So the BBR air box kit that kind of shoots the air filter backwards, I should get that here in the future, because this definitely gets dirty, and a lot of people are like, dude, that's gonna get dirty quick. And yeah, you go out one ride for 3 or 4 hours and you gotta clean that air filter. So that's something to think about. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of really it about what we put on the bike. That's a quick review on it. I'm gonna be doing the next video on the JTI products parts I have coming in the mail. And then the video after that, we'll be doing the conversion kit on the rear end for that disc brake conversion. So that's that for the review, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.